Alright guys, what's going on? So I guess this video I wanted to discuss about the Edomite doctrine of living by the sword. And this is very red pill. The red pill is very warlike. It goes back to Cain and Esau, and really before that, I guess it goes back to Satan, um, when he was waging war against God in the heavens. And then like he crash landed on earth. So it's always been a warlike doctrine from the beginning. And I guess it really started out with Cain, because Cain was like the first murderer, and he killed his brother Abel. And I have a theory that because Cain's name means lance or spear, so my theory is that he murdered Abel with a spear, with a weapon, and maybe even part of Cain, like how we get cannibal, that he may have killed him with a spear, and he may have tried to eat him, to get rid of him. That's part of the theory I have. Um, and then from I guess once Cain had to leave, he had to go east from the Garden of Eden, and he went to the land of Nod, which means like wandering, I think. And he had a son named Tubal-Cain. And Tubal-Cain in the Bible it says that he was like known for being like an artificer of brass and metal, making musical instruments and weapons. And really, that's what's implied is that Tubal-Cain, he wasn't making things out of the goodness of his heart. He was like the musical instruments. He was making like battle drums, war horns, and then of course he was making armor and swords and spears and weapons, different stuff like that. It was always a warlike mentality from the beginning. Always been by the sword. So then when Esau came around and he sold his birthright, the birthright essentially is like your soul, because birthright is like your right to birth, your right to be born, your right to live. And he sold that shit. He sold it for some meat and red pottage. And so after he sold his birthright, then he lost his blessings to Jacob. And he asked his dad, because he was crying about it, he asked his dad for a blessing, which was really, it was a curse, but his blessing was that he was to live by the sword and he would dwell in the fatness of the earth, and that he'd be like spread across the earth like dew of heaven. So it means that he was going to have a lot of kids. He was going to live in like the best places on earth, but he was going to have to live by the sword. And once he got the blessings and everything, he went to Mount Seir, right, which is this red desolate place. So how was he going to get to like the nice places in the earth? Well, he was going to have to wage war. He was going to have to like conquer and enslave and destroy people to take the land. Because like what does the devil do? The Bible says that he lies, cheats, steals, kills, and destroys. And that's exactly what Esau did. Because because he sold his birthright, he had no choice but to live by the sword. He really has no choice. And the Edomites, even if we want to try to cuck and surrender, it's like, no, we have to die by the sword, because in the book of Revelations it says that the people that lead people into captivity shall go into captivity, and those that kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. So essentially, as if you enslave people, you have to be a slave yourself, and then of course live by the sword, die by the sword. So it was always like a doomed thing from the beginning. Um, yeah, like he has no choice. He has no choice anymore. And just like how, because like God, He has the Israelites. He has the Israelites. They are God's chosen people, the apple of His eye. And just like God chose Israel to be His, the devil pretty much chose Edomites to be His people. That He was going to use him to be like the vanguard or the spearhead of His will. But we all know in the end how that's going to go down. That the devil's going to lose, and his angels are going to fall with him. But it's a real hard pill to swallow, because like the red pill, it used to be for fugitives, rebels, vagabonds, these warlike criminals and shit. Because like what is a fugitive? He's a criminal on the run, trying to get away from his crimes. He doesn't want to have to answer for them. So, that's why, like a like a lot of white Caucasians, we started in Edom, but we went to like East Asia and India, went to Europe and west into the Americas. We went to North Africa, Australia, South Africa. So it's like our people have spread like the dew of heaven across the earth. And like a lot of these places, like America, Canada, Australia, good places. And like these are great places to live. They're not deserts, they're not shitholes and all that kind of stuff. We really do live in the best places. But how did the white man get there? We waged war for it. We, especially white Americans, we killed Indians, we fought Indians, we enslaved blacks to get here, and all before that, we were doing, lie, cheating, stealing, killing, and destroying to get where we had to go. And yeah, we're always on the move, always on the hunt, always by the sword. That's our lot in life until the bitter, bloody end. So I guess that's good for this one. Y'all take it easy, guys.